best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into Cavalier Field. It is a non-league contest today between your Dodge City A's and the Liberal BeeJays. They drew to a tie last night. The first pitch in to Ben Finnegan was in for a strike, thrown down at 6:05 p.m. Nolan Huff, he gets the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. We celebrated the Little A's organization as that pitch is fouled off. Finnegan, he finds himself down in the count 0-2. Nice day at the ballpark, not a cloud in the sky overhead. Currently 91 degrees here in Dodge City, Kansas. The 0-2 delivery from Huff, it will miss. Makes it 1-2 to Finnegan. So he'll step back and go back to work. It was a back and forth affair last night. No team really had a big lead. Huff delivers again and misses to the outside edge, and that will even the count at 2. Being told it's an all-hands-on-deck kind of day today with this being a non-league contest. BeeJays, of course, they're saving arms. They move on to go take on the Hayes Larks the next 3 nights after this. Your A's, they will travel to Colorado. That pitch misses, and so after falling behind 0-2, Finnegan has taken 3 straight out of the zone and runs the count full. Huff looking in, he's working from the first base side of the rubber. He'll come set. Working from the windup and misses and gets the leadoff runner aboard. The BeeJays have one on with nobody out. And that'll bring up Cooper Cardokas. So the first free pass issued by the A's pitching staff. Oh, the second free pass issued via the hit by pitch. Comes in and hits Cardokas, and the BeeJays have runners on at first and second. Not the cleanest of innings last night. The A's and BeeJays both issuing enough free passes of their own. We'll get to those numbers here after a while. But it brings up Trenton Ueda. So the righty-righty matchup here now. That brings up Cole Manuel after the double play. So now 2 away and 1 on for the Liberal BeeJays. That pitch will in, and that hits Cole. Runners on the corners for the BeeJays. So that brings up Josiah Rojas, the 5th batter of the inning. First pitch in, misses. not exactly the start that the A's wanted, but they can get out of this with no damage done. They can move on and reset and try to move forward. Pitch misses again from Huff, and Rojas, he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Your A's lead the overall series over the BeeJays 2-0 with a tied ball game in there. A swing and a miss by Rojas, and it moves the count to 2-1. The BeeJays tonight, they go with their powder blue tops, a red and white stripe down the sleeves and down the side. Their numerals in red on the back. The pitch misses out to Rojas. He's ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Front it says BeeJays in red. Of course, all of it outlined in white. The A's, they go with the white tops today. Rojas fouls that one off, and the count runs full. So the A's, their white tops has the A's logo on the front, on the left pocket. Green and white stripes on the sleeves, a swing and a miss, and Rojas rather goes down on strikes. And that will end the inning. So no damage done despite the rocky start from Huff, and we are headed to the bottom of the first. The A's, they will have Johnson, Amador, and Irwin due up at the top of the order. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Omari Johnson leading off as we've entered the bottom of the first. It is a 0-0 ball game. Johnson shows bunt and pulls it back. He'll take a first pitch ball. Preston Roberge, he gets the start on the mound tonight for the Liberal BeeJays. Omari makes contact, sends it out into right field, but pulling it down is the right fielder for the BeeJays. Finnegan there to pull it down. That brings up Jael Amador. Amador takes a first pitch ball. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. Roberge misses outside. The count runs full to Yael. Defensively, the BeeJays, they counter with Rojas, Green, and Finnegan left to right in the outfield. Called strike 3, and Yael goes down looking. 2 away to bring up Max Irwin. Irwin, the Coffeyville product, he'll step up with nobody on and 2 away for the A's. Roberge delivers and misses a little high and outside. Irwin ahead 1-0. Roberge, he actually played for the A's 2 years ago, back in 2024. Played under head coach at the time, Dakota Young. Deliver in and gets the strike call that evens a count at 1. So the A's and BeeJays are having a contest as Irwin sends one to the left field wall and gone. Over the Cavalier field sign in left field, and the A's take an early 1-0 lead on the solo shot for Max Irwin. He'll touch them all as he's rounding third, and the A's, they get their early lead. So that brings up the catcher, Aiden Morehouse. Roberge delivers. Morehouse checks his swing, and he'll move ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Roberge, he works on the third base side of the rubber. The 2-0 in and hits Morehouse. So the A's have a runner aboard with 2 away. That'll bring up Jaden Moreno. The A's will send, looks like it's going to be Paxton Huff, out to do the courtesy runner. Moreno, he'll take a ball low. Moves ahead in the count 1-0. 1 run in the inning for the A's. Paxton Huff, the courtesy runner, over at first. After Aiden Morehouse was hit by pitch, he'll take a swing and come up empty. And That evens the count at 1. 1-1 pitch. Robears will make the throw over to first, not in time. Paxton goes, and he'll be in safely, a stolen base, and he got a good jump on it. Moreno ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. We talked about it a little bit on the broadcast last night. The A's, not necessarily a huge propensity to run, but they do have a fair amount of stolen bases throughout the season. Moreno will swing and come up empty, and that evens the count now at 2. So it's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. Pitches in and gets away. That will move Huff over to third. The wild pitch. And it runs the count full. Pitches in and called strike 3. That will end the inning, but the A's get on the board with the solo shot from Max Irwin, and we are headed to the top of the second. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. It is Nolan Huff on the mound. He'll face off against 6, 7, and 8 in the BeeJays lineup here in the top of the second. Nolan Huff, he has an 0-1 record on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Set to face off against Drew Gartman. Gartman leading off. Takes a swing and a miss, and he'll fall down quickly, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, shows bunt, pulls it back, says no. It evens the count at 1. So Huff, he last pitched against the Hayes Larks, went 4 innings in that ball game, back on June the 27th. 1-1 pitch, comes inside, gets the front door bender, and that has Gartman down in the count 1-2. Huff fires again, goes upstairs but misses. And it is a true deuces wide. Well, not true. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch, it's swung on, and Gartman will go down swinging for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Cade Adams. Adams worked as the catcher last night for the BeeJays, getting the half night off tonight as the DH. Down on the count, 0-1 is Adams. Take a first pitch looking. Huff comes set from the windup and grounds it to Blakinze at short, throws to first in time, and now 2 away. So that'll bring up Caden Isola. Isola, the first baseman. So for your Dodge City A's, they go with Drexler, Amador, and Copper left to right in the outfield. Nico Brown, Arturo Blakinze, Max Irwin, and Jaden Moreno third to first across the infield. Nolan Huff on the mound, and Aiden Morehouse completes the battery. Isola, he'll come up empty on the offering and finds himself down 0-1. So after struggling with the zone a little bit in the first inning, Huff seems to have dialed things in as there are 2 away for the BeeJays here in the top of the second. Huff delivers, gets the strike call, and quickly Isola down in the count 0-2. Huff looking in. He'll come set. That leg kick and fires in, gets Isola to swing, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second. The A's have 6, 7, and 8 in the order due up. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Nico Brown leading off for the Dodge City A's. Takes a first pitch ball. Brown ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Roberge delivers high. Makes it 3 balls and no strikes. So Preston Roberge, the right-handed pitcher, he was at Iowa Lakes Community College this year. Gets the strike call. Makes it 3-1 to Nico. The pitch goes high, and it's a 5-pitch walk to Nico Brown. The A's, they have one on with nobody out to bring up Kennedy Drexler. Brown, he played his freshman season this year at Florida A&M. Kennedy Drexler stepping up was a redshirt sophomore at Southern University. So he'll step up with one on and nobody out. Roberge goes outside again and misses. And in case you were wondering, yes, there is a standoff going on between the A's and BeeJays. Pitcher Jace Gifford over for the Dodge City A's, and BeeJays have one of their players standing outside of their dugout at the end of the dugout. Drexler ahead 2-0, makes the throw over to first, but not in time. Well, it'll be a full week before the A's return back to Cavalier Field. Drexler takes a called strike. They take to the road for 4 games. They'll spend the next 4 days in Colorado taking on the Fort Collins Foxes. Nico Brown is thrown out. One away for the A's. So that negates the 5-pitch walk to lead off the inning. We'll go back to work. Three-one pitch coming. Roberge delivers and misses, and Drexler will draw a walk. That brings up Trace Copper, but not before the BeeJays are going to call a mound visit. Isola goes out to have a quick conversation with Roberge. That'll bring Cole Manuel out. He's the catcher tonight for the BeeJays. So the BeeJays, they have Cardokas at third, Ueda at short, Gartman playing second, Isola's at first. Roberge on the mound. Manuel completes the battery for the BeeJays. That brings up Trace Copper, the Cimarron native. He was a sophomore at Tabor College this year. The 8-hole hitter today for your Dodge City A's. So 1 on, 1 away. A righty-righty matchup. The first pitch in for the strike, and Copper is down in the count 0-1. Copper makes contact. It's a high fly ball, but should stay in the ballpark. Pulled down in front of the warning track by Rojas, and that is 2 away. So that brings up Arturo Blaquenze. Blaquenze, he was a freshman this year right here at Dodge City Community College. Comes from Tijuana, Mexico. They'll face off with 1 on and 2 away. The throw to first was not in time. Now remember, Roberge has already picked off 1 in the inning. He picked off Nico Brown earlier after drawing the walk. Drexler on via the walk, and Arturo takes a first pitch ball outside and moves ahead 1-0. Roberge has his sign and comes set. He'll deliver, gets the strike call. Evens the count at 1. One. Roberge working out of the windup. Misses to the outside there. And that puts Blakenze ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitches in, gets the strike call. It evens the count at 2. That one misses. Full count to Arturo. We'll see the payoff pitch coming. Roberge with 10 2/3 innings pitched, and Blakenze will draw the walk. So that puts 2 on and 2 away as the A's, they'll turn the lineup over to Amari Johnson. Johnson, he flew out into right field his first time up. Steps up with 2 on and 2 away. Johnson takes a first pitch strike. Roberge misses low and evens the count at 1. So Roberge, in 4 games, he's made all 4 of those starts. Allowed 16 hits, 12 runs, 9 of them earned, walked 11, and struck out 10. He has a 5.906 ERA. The 2-1 pitch. Called strike. It evens the count at 2. Roberge delivers the 2-2. It's chopped on the infield, grounded. The throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. Johnson with speed, but not able to quite beat that one out, and we are headed to the top of the 3rd. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. get you one just a second. Leading off for the Liberal BeeJays, it is Seth Green. He'll step up to face off against Nolan Huff, back out for his third inning of work. Green shows bunt, sends it foul, and falls down 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. It will miss high, and that evens the count at 1. Green in the count at 1-2. They'll take a pitch outside from Huff that evens the count. A 2-2 delivery. Grounded it to Moreno at first. He'll step on the bag, just barely winning the foot race, and 1 away. That'll turn the lineup over as the BeeJays return to the top of the order with Ben Finnegan. Finnegan up with nobody on, 1 away. He was the beneficiary of a walk the last time he was at the plate. Yeah. Standoff still going on between the A's and BeeJays. As that pitch misses, Finnegan's ahead in the count 1-0. Finnegan's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 nights ago, Frank Tinoco, he got the start on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Did not issue any free passes, but struck out 7 batters. Versus the BeeJays, they issued 6 walks and struck out 5. Last night, the A's pitching staff would combine for 8 strikeouts in the ball game, walking 6, while the BeeJays pitching staff they would strike out 16 and walked 6. The 3-1 pitch is a walk. That'll bring up Cooper Cardokas. He was a beneficiary of a free pass via the hit by pitch the last time he was up. 1 on, 1 away for the BeeJays. As Cardokas, he stands in the left-handed batter's box. A lefty-righty matchup here. Takes a first pitch strike thrown right down the zone by Huff. Finds himself down 0-1. Can't say it enough. We've talked about it at multiple points throughout our broadcast, but getting that first pitch strike is a huge asset, and trying to get outs on the board. The throw over to first, not in time. Kardokas checks his swing, takes the strike call, and down in the count 0-2 does he find himself. Trent Ueda standing in the on-deck circle for the BeeJays. Pitch. Misses high and outside as Huff tried to go to the upper corner and misses. 1-2. Huff gets Kardokas to foul it off. Count remains 1-2. He'll go down and dig that one, sends it to the left, foul and out of play. One Huff misses on the pitch. It evens the count at 2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming despite the 2-2 count. Huff goes high, and it will get away from Morehouse, so that'll advance Finnegan over to second, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. Huff's been working a little bit higher in the zone in this at-bat. We'll see what he decides to go to here. Look back at second. Delivers. He stayed high again, but it goes out into right field. The runner rounding third, and Finnegan will score, and we have a tie ball game. So 1 on, 1 away with 1 run in. Brings up Trenton Ueda. Ueda, he grounded out his last time up. Kardokas, he starts to get a lead off of first, but Ueda, he takes a first pitch strike and falls down in the count 0-1. Yeah, 1 showing bunt and pulling it back. He misses high, does Huff, and evens a count at 1. Pitch. Huff misses just a bit outside. Moves ahead in the count. 2 balls and 1 strike does Ueda. Grounded up the middle. Fielded by Irwin. The throw to first in time. Kardokas is safe at second. That brings up Cole Manuel, who is hit by pitch his first time up. Manuel, the catcher for the BeeJays, has a runner in scoring position. Pitches swung on and missed. He'll fall down in the count 0-1. There is work down in the BeeJays bullpen. Of course, head coach Caden Trinkle told me as I was getting lineups before the game that this was pretty much a scripted ball game, and he was going to throw short innings today. Huffield step off the bag. Takes a look back at Cardokas, getting a lead off his second, delivers high and inside. And that evens the count at 1. One pitch. It's fouled off to the right. It will go out of play, out into the field to the east of the field here. There's probably several balls laying out there that have been sent foul that have never been collected. Little cat and mouse going on at second base. Manuel foul that one off. Count remains 1-2. Half looking in. Manuel fouls it off again. 3 straight have been fouled off by Cole Manuel after evening the count at 1. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming. Nolan Huffy's up to 52 pitches in the ball game. We're in the top of the 3rd. It is a 1-1 game. Fouled down. The at-bat continues for Cole Manuel. So after the home plate umpire went to get more balls, we'll go back to work. Cardokas out at second, gets his lead off again. Max Irwin playing a little closer to the second base bag. Huff delivers and misses outside, and that will even the count now at 2. Little A's night here at Dodge City, celebrating the youth organization, everything from 6U to 17U. The Youth A's organization started back in 2019. That pitch in and gets the strike call as Manuel will go down looking, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. The A's will have 2, 3, and 4 in the order due up. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball.
How many hot dogs can you eat in 9 innings?
So if I was just sitting there just trying to eat hot dogs, I could definitely get down 2 an inning. I definitely won't feel good. So I think I could go 18 just eating hot dogs. But if I were to have to have anything to drink with it or anything like that, I could get 9.
12. I think I can eat 9 hot dogs.
Well, I could probably give myself some 9, but
3.
I could probably eat 7 to 8 hot dogs in 9 innings.
I probably go about 5 before getting sick of them.
Give me a lemonade, I can get 6.
Give me a lemonade, I think I get 7.
Personally, I only go 1 max. I'm not a glizzy connoisseur, so I don't really dig in it.
3.
I could probably eat about 5 or 6 hot dogs in 9 innings.
3.
I could probably eat about 15 dogs in 9 innings.
I think I could eat 10.
I think I could get down about 12 in 9 innings if I'm really focused.
Amador, Irwin, and Morehouse set to lead off in the bottom of the third. Robert's back on the mound for his third inning of work for the Liberal BeeJays. He's thrown 43 pitches already in the ball game. So Amador steps up. He went down looking his last time up. Amador, the freshman from Western Oklahoma State College, is the BeeJays doing the throwdown, and will go to work. Yael Amador, he's batting 163 on the season. Teammates with Alejandro Gomez, who is the sophomore this year at Western Oklahoma State College. The pitch. Roberts gets the strike call. Amador down 0-1. Amador grounds it up the middle. It's cut off by Gartman. The throw to first in time. One away. That'll bring up Max Irwin. Irwin, he hit the home run in the bottom of the first to get the A's on the board. Irwin, the freshman from Coffeyville Community College, steps up batting 258 on the season. Takes a first pitch strike. Roberts, he's getting the A's down in the count early. Work started in the BeeJays bullpen. Irwin will swing and come up empty, and quickly down in the count 0-2. Winds are blowing out of the east here, and it's not a strong wind by any stretch of the imagination, but that means that it's blowing from right to left across the field. Roberts waving a couple off. Delivers, gets Irwin to swing, and he'll go down on strikes, the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse, he was hit by pitch his last time up. Both teams have already stranded 3 runners in this ball game. 1 run apiece and 1 hit apiece for these two teams. So Morehouse, the senior from Eastern New Mexico University, steps up batting 484. Takes a first pitch strike. Roberts delivers, goes outside but misses low, and that evens the count at 1. Morehouse, he joined the A's, flew into Denver to join the team on the first trip to Colorado. Pitch is grounded it to the shortstop Ueda. He overthrows it, and Morehouse will end up at second on the error. So that brings up Jaden Moreno. The BeeJays, they committed 5 errors last night as Moreno sends that one out into right center field, bobbled by the right fielder, and that will score a run. The throw to second to get Moreno was not in time, and the A's are on the board. So that brings up Nico Brown. 1 on, 2 away for the A's. Roberts delivers, goes with the front door bender, gets the strike call. Roberts tries to go backdoor with the same style pitch, but misses, and it evens the count. So Moreno's on at second. He drove in Morehouse. Pitch. Brown ahead in the count, 2-1. Roberts delivers, goes high with a bender that doesn't catch the zone, and Brown is ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. He was a beneficiary of the walk the last time he was up. Brown, he's batting .341 on the season. He'll come up empty on the offering as the count will run full. The payoff pitch. Roberts looking in. He'll come set. From the windup, he delivers, gets Brown to send it out into left field, and rounding third, the throw home. It's in time. They throw him out at home, and that will end the inning. The A's get a hit. They get a run on the board and lead it 2-1, headed to the fourth. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Leading off in the top of the fourth, it is Josiah Rojas. He'll face off against Nolan Huff. He's back out for his fourth inning of work. So Rojas, he was a strikeout victim his last time up. He takes a first pitch strike from Huff. Huffy's up to 55 pitches in the ball game. One delivery. Huff goes outside and misses to even the count. Huffy last pitched against the Hayes Larks back on June the 27th. Rojas grounds that one to Irwin, throws to first in time, and one away. That'll bring up Drew Gartman. Gartman, he was a strikeout victim his last time up. Nobody on, one away for the BeeJays. Fires into Gartman, showing a bunt. It goes foul back to the net. Gartman's down 0-1. Huffy pitched against the Great Bend Batcats on the 24th of June. And again to the Larks on June the 21st. Making his 8th appearance for the Dodge City A's. He holds a 15.43 ERA. He struck out 10 but walked 20. More of a performance here tonight as he gets Gartman to take the strike call, and he's down quickly 0-2. Pitch, it's fouled back to the netting. Huffy's already issued 4 strikeouts in this ball game. 0-2 again. Wind and deliver gets it to foul straight down. The at-bat continues for Gartman, the 5th pitch of the at-bat coming. Huffy has started a few games for the A's. His longest outing was the 4-inning outing against the Larks back on the 27th. Pitch misses. Gartman still down in the count now, 1-2. Gartman swings, it comes up empty. That is the 5th strikeout of the game for Nolan Huff. And 2 away now for the Liberal BeeJays to bring up Cade Adams. Adams, he grounded out his last time up. BeeJays trying to complete their 2nd trip through the batting order. Huff goes outside and misses. Makes Adams ahead in the count, 1-0. Pitch. Huff comes inside, makes Adams scoot back. He's ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Just over the hour mark here at Cavalier Field, and we're in the top of the 3rd with 2 away for the BeeJays. The 2-0 delivery, grounded up the middle. There's no one there to cut that one off, and is the 2nd hit of the game for the BeeJays. That'll bring up Caden Isola. Isola, he was a strikeout victim his last time up. Isola bats in the 8-hole for the Liberal BeeJays. Of course, they have a tough road ahead of them. They go to Hayes to take on the Larks for the next 3 nights. 2 of those will be league contests. One of them is a non-league. Then they'll return home and will go to Liberal next Saturday to take on these BeeJays for a league contest. The 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Counts even at 1. I see more children lining up for the ketchup hot dog mustard race. I heard they're doing 3 heats of that here tonight. The pitch misses outside from Huff, and Isola's ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Adams on at first. He had the grounder up the middle to get on. Pitch. Huff comes inside. He gets the strike call that evens the count at 2. It's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. A 2-0, or 2-2 rather, is swung on. It's fouled off. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Caden Isola. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming. If he'll take a look over at first to check on Adams. Isola sends that one foul up the left field line. Isola was a sophomore for Sacramento City College. They'll ground that one. It's fair up the third base line. Rolling all the way into the outfield to the A's dugout, and that'll put runners on at second and third now. So that'll bring up Seth Green. Green, the 9-hole hitter, and here comes head coach Jeremiah McCollum. Well, the mound visit's over, and we'll go back to work. BeeJays with 2 on and 2 away. Pitch is swung on and missed. Green, he's being aggressive after he grounded out his first time up. 0-1 delivery coming. Set, fires in, misses outside, and evens the count. So it's Adams at third, Isola at second. A solo and a double is what's on the field right now for the Liberal BeeJays. A pitch. Huff misses outside again, and Green will move ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Kenzie made the runaround lap around Isola at second. Huff, he'll come set. Fires in, gets the swing and a miss, and that will even the count at 2 apiece. BeeJays, they scored 1 in the third. The A's, I'd like to hang a 0. Grounded foul. Count remains 2-2. Green, the freshman from Weatherford College. Pitch hits, swung on and missed. He delivers as the beer batter. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning. The A's have 7, 8, and 9 due up when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. So Kennedy Drexler leading off for the Dodge City A's. So we've entered the bottom of the 4th inning. Preston Roberge, he's back on the mound. Drexler, he fouls the pitch off. It evens the count at 2. Roberge, he's up to 62 pitches in the ball game. We'll see the 2-2 pitch. Roberge delivers it, and it's sent out into right field, the 4th hit of the game for the A's. So Drexler on with the leadoff single. Well, the A's, they win the standoff battle. The BeeJays pack it in and say, nope, they've had enough. Trace Copper fouls off the first pitch he sees. He'll fall down in the count 0-1. So the BeeJays, they had one of their players standing outside the dugout holding his hat like he was doing the national anthem. As Roberge misses high and inside to Copper. Jace Gifford countered. He was wearing a catcher's chest cover. He did it last night down at Liberal as well. Of course, I didn't see it. Pitch is fouled off by Copper, and he'll fall down in the count 1-2. Tracy, sophomore from Tabor College. One, two, a throw over to first. Not in time. Copper, he holds a .095 batting average. He got his first hit of the season here recently, and it was a big one. It was actually a triple. 1-2 from Roberge, misses outside, and that evens the count at 2. The BeeJays, they have a pitcher ready in the bullpen, it looks like. There is work down in the A's bullpen. Well, Copper will go down on strikes, and they tried to strike him out, throw him out, but Drexler gets into second safely to bring up Arturo Blaquenze. So Blaquenze steps up. He was a beneficiary of a walk the last time he was up. Arturo batting .193 on the season, takes a ball outside. It's ahead in the count 1-0. Roberge delivers, goes outside again and misses, and Arturo Blaquenze ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. This is the third non-league game played between these two teams. The A's won the first one, but drew to a tie last night in non-league action. The A's, they are Blaquenze sends that one into center field, pulls it down, does green, and that moves the runner over to third. That brings up Omari Johnson as we are headed back to the top of the order. The BeeJays, they make the pitching change, and we'll take a step aside, tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Sean Sayes takes over the mound for the Liberal BeeJays. Comes in, pitched 6 1/3 innings on the season. Allowed 8 hits, 8 runs, walked 6, and struck out 9. He'll face off against Omari Johnson, who takes a first pitch ball. Johnson 0 for 2 in the game. He grounded out his last time up. Mari's batting .369 on the season, sends one into left field that falls and rolls all the way to the wall. He'll trip rounding first, so he will be on with a single. A's lead at 3-1. That'll bring up Yael Amador with 1 on and 2 away. Amador 0 for 2. He grounded out to the second base the last time he was up. Size misses. Amador ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. So the BeeJays are the first to go to the bullpen, which we expected was going to happen at some point. Amador swings, will come up empty. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Yael. Takes a swing at a high pitch, and he'll fall down 1 and 2. Yael, the type of guy, he can run the gaps out in center field. You saw it a couple of times last night, making some great plays. One-two delivery coming from Size. It's a bender, and the bat goes flying towards the A's dugout, but goes all the way to the backstop. So we'll go back to work. 1 ball, 2 strikes account for Amador. Size, he's standing on the first base side of the rubber. Work from the windup. Delivers the backdoor bender, but misses low, and that evens a count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away for the A's here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They lead at 3-1. Pitch is swung on and missed, and that will end the inning. Amador goes down on strikes, and we're headed to the 5th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the A's, they go to the bullpen and bring in Isaiah Velasco. He'll face off against Ben Finnegan at the top of the order. BeeJays starting their 3rd trip through the order. Finnegan, he's been walked both times he's been at the plate. Fouls off the first pitch he sees and is down 0-1. Velasco delivers outside there and evens the count. Isaiah Velasco, he holds a 1-0 record on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Gets Finnegan to ground it to Moreno, flips to Velasco, and gets the out. 1 away for the BeeJays. The 3-1 ground out to get the inning started brings up Cooper Cardocas. Cardocas 1 for 1. He singled the last time he was at the plate. I'll send that one foul into the BeeJays bullpen. Velasco, he last pitched against the Hayes Larks. That game back on June the 27th. Velasco holds a 15.23 ERA as that one sent out into right field. One on and one away for the BeeJays to bring up Trenton Ueda. Ueda 0 for 2. He's grounded out both times he's been at the plate. One on and one away in the top of the fifth for the BeeJays. They trail this game 3-1. Ueda shows bunt and pulls it back, takes it high for ball one. Velasco, his longest outing came against the Game Day Angels. He's had two of them. Outing against the Angels on the 20th, he went 4 innings, and outing on the 11th of June against the Lumberjacks going 4 innings. See, swing and a miss. Ueda evens a count at 1. Cordokas careful at first, not getting a big lead. Velasco working from the stretch. A high fly ball headed to left field and out of here. It is gone, and that evens the game. So that means that Nolan Huff will take a no decision on the mound for the Dodge City A's today. It's a 2-run home run over the left field wall for Ueda, and we're tied at 3. Two runs in the inning. BeeJays, they scored 1 in the 3rd, and so far 2 here in the top of the 5th. It is a 3-3 ball game now for Cole Manuel. Manuel, he's 0 for 1. He went down looking his last time up. So both teams have gone to the bullpen now. Both starters will now take a no decision. Manuel, he shows bunt and pulls it back, takes it for a strike. Yeah, 1. Grounded foul up the left field line. Manuel down in the count now, 0-2. Nobody on and 1 away for the BeeJays. The 0-2 pitch. Gets the swing and a miss, and Manuel will go down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Josiah Rojas. Rojas, he was a ground out the last time he was at the plate. Steps on with nobody on and 2 away now for the BeeJays. We've worked our way into the top of the 5th here at Cavalier Field. Rojas pops that one. It's up the elevator chute giving chase, and it will go foul and out of play behind the A's dugout. The A's, they occupy the third base dugout here at Cavalier Field during the summer. The whole reason for that is the third base dugout faces to the southwest, which means that the A's are in the shade. The first base dugout, it's open to the west, so they get all of the sun for the game. Now, during the school year, the Conquistadors, they actually occupy the first base dugout for that same exact reason. A little cooler in the spring. They get the sun and get warmed up. Rojas sends one out into center field on the wall and drops. Rojas digging for third, and he will be in safely with a triple. Rojas hit that one into basically the absolute deepest part of this ballpark. So 1 on, 2 away for Drew Gartman. Gartman grounds that one to Blakenze. He'll pick it up, throw to first, and it is an error, and that scores a run. So that brings up Cade Adams now. The inning continues. The first error of the game for the Dodge City A's. Adams 1 for 2. He singled. He'll foul off the first pitch and falls down 0-1. BeeJays have now out-hit the A's 6-5. They also lead the game 4-3. Throw over to first, not in time. Velasco comes set. Cartman getting a lead. They throw to first, not in time. Yo, 1. Grounded to Blakenze. They'll go to second for the out. So the fielder's choice, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. The A's, they have 3, 4, and 5 due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Max Irwin leads off. Takes a first pitch ball from Says, who took over in the last half inning for the Liberal BeeJays. Irwin 1 for 2. Went down swinging the last time he was at the plate. Take a strike there that evens a count. Irwin, he holds a .439 on base percentage. He'll ground that one to the left. The throw to first, not in time. Hit deep in the hole. Ueda tried his best, but unable to make the throw in time, and the A's have their lead off aboard. That'll bring up the catcher, Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse, he hit into an error the last time he was up. So 0 for 1 in the ball game. He was hit by pitch in his first at bat. He'll take a pitch low from Says, and he only needed 8 pitches to get out of the first inning where he took over. Throw over to first, not in time. One-0 delivery. Says on the first base side of the rubber, gets Morehouse to foul that one back to the right and out of play. Irwin will get his lead off at first. Says looking in, has his sign. From the windup, he'll get Morehouse to foul that one again, and he falls down in the count 1-2. Kids camped out in the field over there trying to go track down foul balls. They get $1 if they take it back to the concession stand. Of course, Little A's night here at Dodge City, and that means there's a lot more little kids running around the ballpark. Pitch is in, and it will hit Morehouse in the back. So his second hit by pitch of the ball game, and that puts runners on at first and second. Brings up Jaden Moreno. Morehouse, by the way, he holds a .667 on base percentage. The A's will send Paxton Huff over to do the courtesy running. So Jaden Moreno steps up with 2 on and nobody out. Says he'll step off the mound. Moreno, he doubled his last time up. .489 on base percentage, and he'll take a first pitch strike. Irwin staying close. He doesn't have a huge lead off at second. Getting a bigger one there. Moreno takes a pitch low, and that evens a count at 1. Says blows it by him. Down in the count 1-2 is Moreno. BeeJays opting to play green shaded to the right of center. Moreno fouls that one off the end of the bat to stay alive. The count will remain 1-2. So we'll go back to work. Says has what he wants and comes set. Delivers a ball outside. Moreno now even in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The BeeJays, they scored 3 in the top half of the 5th inning. They lead at 4-3. Find ourselves in the bottom half of the 5th. The pitch, Moreno sends it off the end of the bat. It's to the left, tracking it near the fence, and it falls in foul territory near the A's bullpen. So Moreno will stay alive. The count will remain 2-2. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming. Cardokas had actually overran that one and was all the way to the fence when it fell about 3 feet behind him. So we'll go back to work. Says delivers, goes outside and low, and the count runs full. So we'll see the payoff pitch. Moreno will foul it off. So after falling behind at 2-2, or evening the count at 2, Moreno has fouled off 2. Pitch. It's a fly ball out towards left field. Rojas there to pull it down ahead of the warning track and 1 away. That brings up Nico Brown. Brown, he singled his last time up. Two on and 1 away for Nico. Says he'll take a look back at second. Big swing and a miss, and Brown down in the count 0-1. Brown, a .426 on-base percentage for the A's this season. Makes contact, sends it up the middle, fielded by Ueda. They go to second for 1, get the second out. The BeeJays turn the double play, and the A's come up empty. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Noah Giovanelli takes over for Isola. He'll send that one foul and evens the count at 1. So Giovanelli, he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Took over for Caden Isola at first base. Pitch will miss low, and Giovanelli will draw the walk. Brings up Seth Green for the Liberal BeeJays. 1 on, nobody out. Green 0 for 2. He went down on strikes the last time he was up. He'll take a big swing and come up empty. Falls down in the count 0-1. Swung at a high ball there. That might be the key to this one, is just deliver him high and see if he can get him to go fishing. Goes after another one there and fouls it off. Quickly down in the count, 0-2. BeeJays working to turn their lineup over. Grounded up the middle, sent out into a left field, and that'll put runners on at first and second. Nobody out, 2 on for the BeeJays, and that prompts more action down in the BeeJays bullpen. They're leading 4-3. Velasco will take a look back at second to check on Giovanelli. Pitches in and gets the strike call to Finnegan. Finnegan, he's 0 for 1. 2 walks and a ground out so far his night at the plate. Velasco looking in. Nobody down in the A's bullpen. It is empty. 1 pitch. Velasco will miss, and that evens a count at 1. Well, since the middle of June, the A's have gone 2-8-2 in that time. They were 8-3 prior to that. It all started with the tie back on June the 15th to the Kansas Cannons. Pitch is fouled off. Finnegan down in the count now, 1-2. The A's are 10-11-2 overall on the season. One, two. Velasco has what he wants. Works from the stretch. He'll fire in and miss outside, and the count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two coming. Runner goes. Pitches in for a ball. The throw down to second, not in time. A little bit of a delayed steal by Green, but both runners now over at second and third. Count runs full. We'll see the payoff pitch. Velasco waving his hand. Has what he wants and comes set. Delivers. It's grounded up the middle, fielded by Blakenze. The throw to first in time. That's one away. Brings up Cooper Cardokas, who is 2 for 2 in the ball game, has singled the last 2 times he's been at the plate. Runners on at second and third for the BeeJays. Pitch misses outside. Cardokas makes contact, sends it into center field to the wall. It bounces off the bottom of the wall. 1 run scores. Here's one rounding third, and it will score. 2 RBI double for Cardokas, and the BeeJays lead at 6-3. Well, 2 runs in the inning, and the BeeJays have come on here. They lead at 6-3. Trenton Ueda grounds that one to Blakenze, the throw to first in time. So Arturo and Moreno have accounted for the 2 outs in the inning so far. And that will bring up Cole Manuel. Manuel, he's 0 for 2. He went down swinging the last time he was at the plate. He's had 2 strikeouts in the ball game. Runner goes. The pitch misses inside. Manuel ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Manuel makes contact. It's a fly ball out towards right center field, off the warning track, bouncing off the wall, and he's in with a stand-up double. I'll put Cal Anthony on as the courtesy runner for Manuel. And that brings up Josiah Rojas. Rojas 1 for 3. 1 on and 2 away for the BeeJays. 3 runs in the inning. They lead at 7-3. Rojas takes a strike, down in the count, 0-1. Yo, 1. Velasco misses outside. The BeeJays have out-hit the A's now 9-6. Velasco set. Take a look back at second. Delivers in. Pitch misses inside. The count now 2-1 to Rojas. Rojas, he tripled the last time he was up. Also has a strikeout and a ground out. Rojas sends that one to right field. Playing it off the hop is Copper. Makes the throw in, and another run scores, an RBI single for Rojas. Well, the BeeJays have hit the double digits in hits and brings up Drew Gartman. The inning continues. Gartman 0 for 3. He hit into an error his last time up. Shows bunt and pulls it back. Pitch misses high from Velasco, and still nobody down in the A's bullpen. So it seems that the A's might be content with letting this one go. See, BeeJays lead at 8-3. Shows a bunt again and gets away. So Rojas will move over on a pass ball. Gartman ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Gartman, he's struck out twice in the ball game. Gartman is the 8th batter of the inning. So that pitch misses, and he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 pitch, called strike. Gartman can still be selective here and should be, having been a strikeout victim twice in the ball game already. A pitch, called strike, and that runs the count full. So we'll see the payoff pitch and see what Velasco can do. The payoff pitch is grounded, goes to Blakenze, throws to first and gets the out, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. The BeeJays go to the bullpen and bring up their pitching coach, Gino Cozy. So he'll deliver a pitch outside, and that evens a count at 1 to Kennedy Drexler. The 1-1. Cozy will miss outside. Counts even at 2 to Drexler. It's 1-for-1 in the ball game. So that pitch misses. It runs the count full. So we'll see the payoff pitch from Cozy. He stands on the first base side of the rubber, waving one off, working from the stretch, delivers inside, and it was the walk. That'll bring up Trace Copper. Copper, he's 0 for 2. He went down looking the last time he was up. The A's are trying to complete their third trip through the batting order. As that pitches in, gets the strike call to Copper. He's down 0-1. 1 on and nobody out for the Dodge City A's as we find ourselves in the bottom of the 6th inning, just over the 2-hour mark here at Cavalier. BeeJays leading it 8-3. The throw down to second, not in time. Copper down in the count, 0-2. Drexler stole over to second, so the A's have a runner in scoring position. There was never more than a 2-run deficit last night between these two teams. That pitch is fouled off over top of the clubhouse. It is used by the Conquistadors. Copper down in the count, 0-2. Drexler with the lead off of second. Cozy delivers, gets the strike call, and that is the first out of the inning. Copper goes down looking, and that will bring up Arturo Blaquenze. Blaquenze, he hit into a sac fly his last time up. One on, one away for the A's. Blaquenze, the 9-hole hitter. Cozy steps off, wants to get a new set of signs. He's got what he wants, and he'll come set. Drexler getting his lead off a second again, and Cozy delivers outside, and Blaquenze ahead 1 ball and no strikes. One 1-0 pitch misses again. Blaquenze ahead 2-0. The pitch. Blaquenze off the end of the bat, sends it out into right field off the bottom of the wall. Blaquenze digging for 2. He's in safely. The run rounding third, and it will score. So an RBI double for Arturo Blaquenze. That'll bring up Omari Johnson. We're back at the top of the order for the Dodge City A's. Starting their 4th trip through the batting order. Johnson 1 for 3. He singled the last time he was up. He'll take a big swing and come up empty. Falls down in the count, 0-1. Well, we knew it was possible that the BeeJays might go to their pitching coach. trying to save some arms for league play that is coming up against the Hayes Larks. Of course, your A's also trying to get ready to go out and take on the Foxes for the first time. Pitch misses, and Johnson ahead now, or evens the count at 1. Johnson, he's slugging .508 on the season. 1-1 delivery. Cozy will send it in, and Johnson sends it foul. And he'll stay alive, but the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. There will be no broadcast for the A's at the Foxes. I'll get you the link to the Foxes channel so you can follow along there. There's just no real good spot for the A's to set up their live stream on the road at Fort Collins. So those 2 games, check out the Fort Collins page. We'll send that out when we send out the game day link tomorrow. So count 1 and 2. The pitch gets away. That'll move the runner over to third. Wild pitch, and the A's have a run just 90 feet away. Trail it 8-4. A 2-2 up the middle. That'll score a run, an RBI single for Omari Johnson. So Yael steps up. He's 0 for 3. Yael, he went down swinging the last time he was at the plate, and Cozy delivers low and outside for ball 1. Amador, he's slugging .347 on the season. Look over at first. Swing and a miss, and that evens the count at 1. One. Amador swings and comes up empty again and falls down 1-2. A's trail at 8-5. They've scored 2 so far in the inning. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and so far 2 in the 6th. The BeeJays at 1 in the third, 3 in the 5th, 4 in the 6th. Pitch misses and evens the count at 2. Pitch is fouled off by Amador. The count will remain 2-2. Two again. Cozy working from the windup. He'll deliver, get Amador to swing, and he will go down on strikes as his 3rd strikeout of the ball game and the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Max Irwin. Irwin, he singled the last time up. 2 for 3 in the ball game. Irwin, he's slugging .323 on the season as he steps up with 1 on and 2 away. Well, the A's have cut into this BeeJay lead, despite being outscored 7-2. Irwin ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Rolled far enough away from the catcher Manuel that Johnson was able to advance to second. Pitch goes low and outside again, and Irwin's ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 pitch. Delivered in. Misses outside, and that'll move Johnson over to third. A walk here wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for the BeeJays. Irwin ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Delivers, and Irwin will draw the 4-pitch walk. So that puts runners on the corners at 4, 8, and Morehouse. Morehouse 0 for 1. He was hit by pitch his last time up. He's actually been hit by pitch twice in the ball game. Morehouse, he's slugging .903 on the season, has an OPS of 1.57. Takes a first pitch. Morehouse fouls that one off. Down in the count, 0-2. Morehouse grounds that one to the shortstop, Ueda. He'll come up, make the throw to first, and in the inning, the A's, they get 2 runs, trail at 8-5. We're headed to the 7th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, we've worked our way into the top of the 7th here at Cavalier Field. The A's trail at 8-5. Isaiah Velasco back on the mound, and he will face off against Cade Adams. Adams, he's 1 for 3 in the ball game, hit into a fielder's choice the last time he was up. The first pitch from Velasco. Adams will foul it. He'll fall down in the count, 0-1. Oh, the pitch is in. It will hit Adams in the feet. So he'll be on via the hit by pitch. So 1 on and nobody out for the BeeJays to bring up Noah Giovanelli. He came in to replace Caden Isola. Giovanelli, he was walked the last time he was up. "15 base runners have been stranded so far between these two teams." That pitch, line drive over the head of Adams, and it gets down into right field, and the BeeJays have 2 aboard with nobody out. So that'll bring up Seth Green. 2 on, nobody out. Green, he's at 1 for 3. He singled the last time he was up and hits a fly ball out into right center field that will put runners on the corners now for the BeeJays with 1 away. Well, that turns the lineup over now for Ben Finnegan. Finnegan, he's grounded out the last 2 times he's been up. Runners on the corners with 1 away. So 2 groundouts and 2 walks as the BeeJays are working their 5th trip through the batting order. It's the top of the 7th here at Cavalier Field. First pitch to Finnegan misses for ball 1. Adams at third, Giovanelli on at first for the BeeJays. The pitch. It's a high fly ball to right, backtracking to the wall, pulling it down, and the sac fly will score a run. The BeeJays lead at 9-5. So that brings up Cooper Cardokas, who is 3 for 3 in the ball game. Cardokas takes a first pitch ball outside. A hit by pitch, 2 singles, and a double has been his night at the plate. It's ahead in the count, 1-0. 1 run in, and the BeeJays have scored in every inning except the first and fourth that they have been up. The pitch comes in and gets the strike call on the inner half of the plate. It evens the count at 1. Isaiah Velasco, he came in relief of Nolan Huff, who got the start on the mound tonight for the Dodge City A's. Velasco will deliver, comes inside and misses. Cardokas ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Velasco set, working out of the stretch. Goes and misses inside low, and Cardocas is ahead 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, the BeeJays, they went down 1-2-3 in the second, but since then have sent multiple batters to the plate every inning. A 3-1 pitch. Look over at first to check on Giovanelli. Velasco set. Will deliver. Gets it popped up. Should be playable. Drexler tracking it and will drop it. Two away for the BeeJays. The pitch. Ueda sends it out into left field, and that will score a run. It puts runners on the corners. BeeJays lead at 10-5. Cole Manuel steps up. He's 1 for 3. Manuel, he doubled the last time he was up. He's had 2 strikeouts in the game, but a hit by pitch as well. Ueda gets the lead off at first and gets the first pitch strike to Manuel. Velasco, he's ahead in the count, 0-1 to Manuel. Velasco, he's thrown 57 pitches in the ball game since coming in relief. Miss outside there, and that evens the count at 1. He'll step off and steps back on, looking in to get what he wants. Checks on Ueda at first and comes set. Grounded it to Brown, the throw to first in time, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th. It is stretch time in Dodge City. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Well, the BeeJays, they go to the bullpen again. They bring up Jet Huffman. So he'll take over the mound and face off against Jaden Marino. So Marino leading off for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the 7th. Marino 1 for 3. He flew out the last time he was up and takes a first pitch strike. Falls down in the count 0-1. Huffman, he stands on the first base side of the rubber, grounded to the first baseman, and he will win the foot race despite bobbling it. So Giovanelli records the first out of the inning. Nobody on and one away for Nico Brown. So Brown, he'll step up, 1 for 2 in the ball game. He grounded out and takes a first pitch strike. Falls down 0-1. Lights on here at Cavalier Field. Not a cloud in the sky overhead, and a nice night at the ballpark. The pitch from Huffman will miss. Counts even at 1. Huffman, he works out of the stretch and delivers outside again, and that will work. Brown ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. So a reminder, the A's won't be back at Cavalier Field until next Sunday. Pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Gartman. Throw to first is in time, and now 2 away. So that brings up Kennedy Drexler, who is 1 for 1. He's drawn the walk twice. The beneficiary of a walk the last time he was at the plate. He's also singled once through the right side. So nobody on and 2 away for the A's. They trail it 10-5. Pitch misses outside. Drexler ahead in the count 1-0. Huffman, a middle infielder on the roster, played at Seward County Community College, played his freshman year there. Pitch gets the strike call. Local for the BeeJays comes from Turpin, Oklahoma. 1-1 pitch. He'll go high, and that works. Drexler ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. Huffman gets the strike call, collects the outer half of the zone, and it's deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. 2-2 delivery. Drexler fouls it back into the netting. Count remains 2-2. Reminder, the A's will not have a broadcast on their YouTube channel tomorrow or Tuesday night against the Foxes. You can follow along on the Foxes channel. Pitch misses, and the count runs full. You'll see the payoff pitch. Huffman comes set. Delivers and gets the strike call, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the 8th. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Josiah Rojas leading off. He'll face off against Isaiah Velasco. He's back on the mound. Both bullpens empty currently. The first pitch misses to Rojas. Velasco up to 60 pitches in the ball game. Rojas, he's at 2 for 4. He singled and sends that one foul back into the net. And evens a count at 1. BeeJays are down to their final 6 outs to add some insurance to this ball game. 1-1 delivery coming past the outstretched glove of Moreno and falls into right field, a leadoff single. That brings up Drew Gartman. Gartman, he's 0 for 4 in the ball game, grounded out the last time he was at the plate. So no one on and nobody out for the BeeJays. Looking to add to their 10-5 lead as we've worked our way into the top of the 8th inning. Wind is calmed here from where we started, like we saw last night in Liberal. Pitch is fouled to the right and out of play by Gartman. The flag almost pointed down, but there is a little bit of a breeze. Pitch is popped up and will be fielded in foul territory by Nico Brown, the first out of the inning. Brings up Cade Adams. 1 on, 1 away for the BeeJays. Adams, he was hit by pitch his last time up. Pitch from Velasco will go high and outside, and Adams is ahead 1 ball and no strikes. The final 2 innings of the ball game. That one's grounded on the right side, and that'll put runners on at first and second. BeeJays have out hit the A's at 14-8. That'll bring up Noah Giovanelli. He is 1 for 1, singled the last time he was at the plate. He was a beneficiary of a walk the first time he was up. The A's do get somebody going in the bullpen now. First pitch. Drive out into right center. The run rounding third, and it will score. The BeeJays get on the board again. So Adams at second, Giovanelli now at first with 1 run in. The BeeJays leading 11-5. Brings up Seth Green. Green 1 for 4. He flew out the last time he was up. Looks like Nicholas Gonzalez down in the bullpen for the A's. The pitch, it's swung on and missed. Green, he's down in the count, 0-1. Pitch is fouled off by Green. Finds himself down in the count quickly, 0-2 now. Velasco looking in. Has his sign and come set. Green fouls it off. Count remains 0-2. Look back at second by Velasco. Delivers and misses low on the check swing. Makes it 1-2 for Seth Green. One-two pitch. Green makes contact. It's a fly ball, and absolutely no doubt as it clears the right field wall. A 3-run home run, and the BeeJays lead it 14-5. Well, the bases are clear now as they've scored 4. They've scored in every inning since the 4th. They lead at 14-5 and bring up Ben Finnegan, who is over 2. He hit into a sac fly the last time he was up. Finnegan takes a pitch high and is ahead in the count 1-0. The 1-0. Finnegan sends that one. It's a high fly ball. If it stays fair, it's trouble. It falls foul, and that evens a count at 1. Will be the 75th pitch of the ball game for Isaiah Velasco. Throws in and misses outside. Finnegan will move ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Velasco waving one off. Has what he wants. He comes set. Finnegan's ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike now. Bases are clear after the 3-run homer by Seth Green. The pitch. It's sent foul. So we'll see the payoff pitch now. The 3-2. Velasco set. And it's a fly ball to right field. Backtracking on the track and pulling it down is Trace Copper, and now 2 away. So that brings up Cooper Cardokas. Cardokas, he's at 3 for 4. Hit into an error the last time he was up. 2 singles and a double has been his production for the BeeJays as they've out-hit the A's 16-8. Pitch goes low. Cardokas is ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Last part of the season coming up for your Dodge City A's. Are on the road for 4 games in Colorado. 2 against the Foxes. We'll finish the series with the Lumberjacks and with the Game Day Angels. Of course, the Angels, they lead the series 3-0 over your Dodge City A's. The A's, they hold a 3-0 lead over the Lumberjacks. The pitch, it's a high fly ball going to the wall. Trace Copper pulling it down on the warning track, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth, or bottom of the eighth, sorry. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Trace Copper leading off for the Dodge City A's. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's been a strikeout victim the last 2 times he's been at the plate. The A's pitching staff, they've combined for 7 strikeouts in the ball game, but they've also walked 3 batters. The BeeJays pitching staff, they've combined for 8 and have also walked 5. Grounded to the third base side, and getting on is Copper and overthrown, and he'll move over to second. So that brings up Arturo Blaquenze. Blaquenze, he doubled the last time he was up. The A's, they have 1 on and nobody out as Huffman will deliver a first pitch ball. A walk and a sac fly as well in the game. The A's completing their 4th trip through the batting order. Huffman will take a look back at first, delivers high. Blaquenze ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Huffman working out of the stretch and comes set. Delivers high again, and McKenzie's ahead 3-0. Nobody in either bullpen currently. The 3-0 pitch. gets the strike call. Placenza, he's still ahead 3-1. Huffman delivers, gets the swing and a miss. The count runs full. Huffman, he's made 20 pitches since he came in relief. Huffman, the fourth pitcher of the game for the BeeJays, and the payoff pitch misses, and Placenza will draw the walk. Turns the lineup over for Omari Johnson. Johnson, he's at 2 for 4. Singled the last 2 times he's been up. He's got 2 on and nobody out. So he'll step up to the plate. The A's, they trail at 14-5. They've scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth. First pitch in to Johnson in for a strike. The BeeJays, they were a little late to the game. They scored 1 in the first, but haven't looked back as they've scored 3 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, and 4 in the eighth. Johnson pops that one foul. Tracking it is Giovanelli, and he'll pull it down in foul territory. 1 away for the A's. So that brings up Yael Amador, who is 0 for 4. Amador, he's been a strikeout victim the last 2 times he's been up. Take a first pitch strike, called on the outside edge, and is down 0-1. Crowd has thinned a little bit here as a Sunday evening, and everybody getting ready. That pitch is popped up, tracking it again, and calling everybody off is Gartman. He'll pull it down for the second out. That brings up Max Irwin. Irwin, he's at 2 for 3 in the ball game. He was a beneficiary of a walk the last time he was up. 2 on, 2 away for the A's. Irwin will take a first pitch strike as Huffman gets the outer edge of the zone, and it puts Irwin down 0-1. Irwin, he hit the solo shot back in the first. Counts even at 1. Grounded it through on the left side. Copper rounding third. The throw home is offline and scores a run. RBI single for Max Irwin. Brings up Aiden Morehouse. Morehouse 0 for 2. He grounded out the last time he was up. Hit 2 two-run homers in the rain-shortened game. He'll send that one out into the gap in left center. 1 run will score. Here comes Irwin going for third, and it'll have runners on the corners. An RBI single for Aiden Morehouse. Oh, the A's will send Paxton Huff out as the courtesy runner. That'll bring up Jaden Moreno. Moreno takes a first pitch ball. Moreno ahead 1-0. He'll ground that one, fielded by Giovanelli, and he'll step on the bag, and that will end the inning. The A's strand 2, and we're headed to the ninth. The BeeJays lead at 14-7. You've been listening to Dodge City A's baseball. The A's go to the bullpen, call in Nicholas Gonzalez. He's 2-1 on the mound for the Dodge City A's. Making his 11th appearance, he's pitched 28 2/3 innings this summer for the Dodge City A's. Enters tonight with a 6.28 ERA. He'll face off against Trenton Ueda. Misses on a first pitch ball. Ueda, he's 2 for 5 in the ball game. Singled the last time he was at the plate. A home run in his third at bat of the ball game, and Gonzalez misses high again, and Ueda ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Right at the 3-hour mark of this ball game. Worked our way into the top of the ninth. The BeeJays leading 14-7, and Ueda gets another hit. So it rolls out into left center field. 17th hit of the ball game for the BeeJays. It'll bring up Cole Manuel, 1 on and nobody out. Manuel, he grounded out the last time he was up. BeeJays are down to their final 3 outs to try to add to this lead. Manuel takes a first pitch ball that just misses inside. Manuel, he's ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Makes contact, sends it into center field, and pulling it down is Amador, the first out of the inning. Brings up Josiah Rojas. Rojas is 3 for 5 in the ball game. Since striking out and grounding out, he's went triple, single, single. Takes the first pitch inside, gets the strike call, and they'll fall down in the count 0-1. Gonzalez with that sidearm swing gets the pitch to fall out in left field. That'll put runners on at second and third. So Andrew Gartman, 0 for 5 in the ball game. He flew out his last time up. He'll take a first pitch strike and is down 0-1. 2 on and 1 away for the BeeJays here in the top of the ninth. They lead at 14-7. They've out hit the A's 18-10. 2 errors for both of these teams here tonight. That pitch is swung on and missed, and Gartman, he's down in the count 0-2. Gonzalez from the first base side of the rubber gets Gartman to ground that one foul past the first base bag, and the count will remain 0-2. Ueda on at third, Rojas at second for the BeeJays. The 0-2 again. Fouled back into the netting. The 0-2 pitch gets the strike call. Gartman will go down looking in the second out of the inning. It'll bring up Cade Adams. Adams, he's at 2 for 4 on the evening. Hit by pitch and a single the last 2 times he was at the plate. So now 2 on and 2 away. Gonzalez has his sign working from the windup. Goes to the outside and misses for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Popping up out of his stance is Morehouse, and Adams is ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. The A's would like to hang a 0 here, down by 7. They have some work to do in the bottom of the ninth. The 2-0 pitch. Grounded to Irwin. They'll make the throw to first, and that will end the inning. The A's, they have 3 outs left and have the 6, 7, and 8 due up when we return. You've been listening to Dodge City A's Baseball. Bottom of the ninth, and the A's bring up Nico Brown to lead off. Brown 1 for 3 in the ball game. He grounded out the last time he was up and takes a first pitch strike as the BeeJays, they go to the bullpen for Skylar Rayleigh. So he takes over the mound for the BeeJays, and Brown now down in the count 0-2. Rayleigh, he enters tonight's contest, pitched 6 2/3 innings. That pitch is fouled off. Count remains 0-2. Rayleigh with a 5.25 ERA. Pitch is high and inside, and he taps his chest and says, yeah, that's on me. That's my fault. I missed. So the A's are down to their final 3 outs to try to cut into this one, and the pitch misses inside as Rayleigh tries to attack inside again, and that evens the count at 2. Rayleigh, he stands on the third base side of the rubber, fires in, comes inside, and the count runs full to Nico Brown. A's working their 5th trip through the batting order. The payoff pitch gets the strike call, and that is the first out of the inning. That brings up Kennedy Drexler. Drexler 1 for 2. Went down looking the last time he was up. Nobody on and 1 away for the Dodge City A's. Drexler 2 walks, a single, and a strikeout. He'll send the first pitch he sees fouling out of play and falls down 0-1. Tomorrow's game at 6 p.m. at Mountain Time start from City Park in Fort Collins, Colorado. So it'll be 6 o'clock tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Tuesday night, 4:30 start against the Lumberjacks on Wednesday, and then another 6 p.m. Mountain Time start against the Angels on Thursday. The A's will return home Friday, then go to Liberal next Saturday to take on these BeeJays in Rocky Mountain League action. 2-1 delivery, it goes high. Drexler, he's ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. The A's, they return home to Cavalier next Sunday. They take on the Foxes. Be home Sunday and Monday. See, 5-pitch walk for Drexler, and that puts 1 on with 1 away. It'll bring up Trace Copper. Copper, he's 0 for 4 in the ball game. He got on an error the last time he was up. The A's, they need all the base runners they can get right now. Thrown over Copper's head, goes all the way to the wall, and that will move Drexler over to second on the wild pitch. Manuel's going to go out and have a conversation with Rayleigh. So we'll go back to work. 1 ball and no strikes account for Trace Copper. Arturo Blaquenze standing in the on-deck circle for the Dodge City A's. Little oops fouled off. Copper count even at 1 now. Rayleigh couldn't have placed that any better without hitting Copper, and pitch there misses low. Exit 2-1. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Past the outstretched arms of Ueda. Here comes Drexler rounding third, and he will score. The A's trail 14-8. So 1 on, 1 away for Arturo Blaquenze. Blaquenze, he's 1 for 1. He was a beneficiary of a walk the last time he was at the plate. So now Trace Copper on at first with 1 out for the A's. Pitches in and called strike. Counts 1-1. Does the leg slap and steps back in the box. Rayleigh fires in and gets the strike call. It has Arturo down in the count 1-2. That is the strike call. He gets caught looking. 2 away. The A's are down to their final out as they turn the lineup over to Omari Johnson. Johnson, he is at 2 for 5 in the ball game. He flew out into right field the last time he was up. Pitches in and called strike. Johnson down 0-1. The A's are down to their final out. Johnson grounds it to Ueda. He'll step on the bag at second, and that will end the ball game. The A's will fall to the BeeJays 14-8. Let's go ahead and wrap up our broadcast here with a quick post-game show, and we'll move on to getting ready for Colorado. So, the win will go to, let's see. Took the a win will actually go to the pitching coach Gino Cozy. The loss will go to Isaiah Velasco. So the A's, they got on the board early. The Liberal BeeJays took a little bit. 1 in the third, 3 in the fifth, 4 in the sixth, 2 in the seventh, 4 in the eighth. 14 runs, 18 hits, 2 errors for the BeeJays, a strand 11. Your A's, they got on the board. 1 in the first, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, 2 in the eighth, and 1 in the ninth. 8 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors for the Dodge City A's. Take a look at our scoring summary. The A's would get on early with a solo shot from Max Irwin in the bottom of the first. Aiden Morehouse would get on a hit by pitch, but he would be stranded there. The A's would get runners on with Kennedy Drexler and Nico Brown via the walk in the second. Arturo Blaquenze would also get on, but they would be stranded and get nothing there. Then in the third, the A's with 2 outs would get Aiden Morehouse on an error, followed by a Jaden Moreno double that would drive him in. Nico Brown would hit a single but would get stranded. The A's would go to the fourth. The bottom of the fourth, Kennedy Drexler leads off on a single. He'll come around and score off of an Omari Johnson single. and then he would be stranded. The A's will have base runners in the 5th, but get nothing after a Max Irwin single, and then an Aiden Morehouse hit by pitch. It wouldn't get anything out of it. Kennedy Drexler leads off in the bottom of the 6th. He gets on a walk, followed by an Arturo Blaquinze double that scores him, and then an Omari Johnson single that scores Arturo as well. Max Irwin would get on a walk, but would get stranded on base. The A's would go down 1-2-3 in the 7th. Then the A's would get Trace Copper to lead off. He would get on an error in the 8th. He would come around and score later in the inning. Arturo Blaquinze, he gets on a walk. And then Max Irwin steps up. He drives in the first run, and then Aiden Morehouse drives in a run on an RBI single as well. Then in the 9th, the A's with one away, Kennedy Drexler draws a walk. He comes in and scores off of a Trace Copper single. And then Johnson, he would get on, but would get stranded. So the A's, they fall to the BeeJays in non-league action tonight. They fall 14-8. They will take to the road tomorrow to take on the Fort Collins Foxes. Reminder, no broadcast while we are at the Foxes. You can follow along on the Foxes channel. We'll make sure we get that link posted for you. The A's, they fall to 10, 12, and 2 overall as they fall to the BeeJays in non-league action tonight. I am Justin Hergert alongside with Reese Gleason on the live stream. For the entire A's board and organization, we say thank you for following along. Farewell from Cavalier Field.